Hello everyone. In the last video we discussed how we can search through our parse tree. That was an introduction as to why searching is important and how we can do it. In this video we're going to discuss the most commonly used function in Beautiful Soup for searching elements. So that function is find all. I did give you an intro to this function in a previous video when we discussed the different filters we can use to to get different tags or elements. So now we'll discuss this function in detail and see what kind of parameters it can take and how we can actually use it to get the elements we want. So I'm going to use the same HTML file as we've been using before. This one, the three sister story. And okay, so the signature for this function is here, this. So the first parameter this function takes is name, the second is attribute, the third is recursive, the fourth string, and the fifth limit, and the sixth are keyword arguments that I hope you're familiar with keyword arguments. I mean, we can give as many arguments as we want here. Okay, I'll explain this part in the next video when we discuss this function in detail, in more detail. Okay, so in this video, we're going to discuss the name parameter, the attribute, and the limit parameter. Okay, so the name parameter is like very simple. It's really simple. It can take a regex object, or it can take a string, or it can take a regex object. It can take a string. It can take a true. It can take a function. I mean, these are the filters as we discussed before. So in our previous video. So okay, let's just show you how this works. I say that I want to find all the A tags in my this HTML file. This one I have, which this one here. So I say soup.findAll and I say A, and if I print A tags, you can see I have all the A tags here, or I could loop through this for A in A tags. So I have all the A tags here which are present in this document. There are three. One, like this link one, link two, link, and the link two should be three. Okay, so there are three A tags, and I have them all. I have all of them here using this function, this find all function. Okay, so the second parameter it takes is the attributes parameter. This attribute is basically a dictionary. It's a dictionary, and I'll just show you how this works. This is like, each tag has an attribute. Like this p tag here, it has an attribute class which is equals to title. Okay, or this a tag here, it has two attributes. It has three attributes. It has one attribute class. The other is this href. This is then id. It has three attributes. This tag has three attributes. So what I can do is I can say atr is equals to class, and I want to get this tag here, this lc tag, this lca tag. So I say the class is sister, and let's give it another attribute. Let's give it id. So id is link 1. Can you see that here? The id is link 1. The id is link 1, and the class is sister. So now I have this dictionary which says the class is sister and the id is link 1. So what I do is I say first a is equals to soup dot find all. I say a, and then I say attributes is equals to atr, and when I print first a, you can see it returns me this a tag which I want, this one. So let's say I want all those tags which have their class sister. So what can I do? What I'll do is I'll just remove this ID here, and if I run this now, you see it gives it returns back three A tags. It returns back tags which are A and which have their class equals to sister. So what I can do is I can also delete this name parameter, and if I run this now, it still gives me the same thing. Why does it do that? It does that because uh, there are only A tags which have their class sister. If I change it to story, let's see what happens then. If I change this to story, do you see this? What it does is it returns me two P objects now, P tags now, like this tag here and this tag here, because both of them have their class story. So it returns me, it returns me P tags which have their class story. So this is how the attribute tag works. Now we are going to move to the limit parameter, the last one for our video here. What limit parameter does is it limits the number of search results returned. So let's say I wanted to find A tags. Now there are three A tags in our HTML file, as you can see here, 1, 2, 3. So what I can do is I can say find all A, then I say limit is equals to let's keep it to 1, and if I print A tags now, it returns me one A tag. Even though if I remove the limit, you can see it returns me 3 now. So what limit does is it limits the number of search results returned. So if I say 2, it will give me 2 A tags, not 3 now. So limit limits number of search results. This attributes parameter, these are the tags attributes, and we can set this parameter using a dictionary, like the class story. I can have ID, I can have style, I can have like href, and like whatever attributes the tag has, we can specify them here in a dictionary and then pass them to this find all function. Okay, and then the name parameter, we discussed this in the previous video too when I was giving an intro to searching. And this takes a regex object, a string, or a boolean true, or a function, or anything. I mean, like the filters we discussed in the previous video. I hope up till now we are clear. I want you to play around with this, and in the next video we're going to discuss the remaining parameters and how they work and how we can utilize them and these parameters to search efficiently. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.